This is going to be a video product review of the T-fal Pure Cook 14-inch Jumbo Wok. Check out my channel. I've done a whole bunch of videos, video reviews on carbon steel woks. The reason I gave up on them is they just require way too much time. I don't want to invest the time in seasoning and cleaning and removing the food right away and preparation. To me, it's not worth it. The house smells of oil. There's oil splattered everywhere. I just didn't like it. It wasn't something I wanted to deal with. So there are some positive and negative reviews on the T-fal 14-inch Jumbo Wok. I picked it up yesterday. I'd like to say this is available on Amazon. I don't know if it is. Either way, I'm going to leave affiliate links. You know, the only way I get compensated for these videos is affiliate links. So if you're going to buy something from Amazon, please go to my video description, click on any of the links before you put in an order from Amazon, and it will help me out. So some of the complaints are that what is it, the PTFF or PTFE or something. They don't like, some people say this thing scratches easily. Well, yeah, it's like kind of like a Teflon pan. It's not Teflon, but it's got the newer type coatings compared to the older style Teflon. People say it scratches, people say it chips off, people say it doesn't last more than 6 months. This thing cost me about $29. If this lasts me a year, I will be more than happy. This is the pan that I use right now. It's a green something pan. It's 11 inches. It's not big enough for what I need to do. It is, some of the material sticks, but it comes off nicely. So I'm going to be cooking right now. I'm going to make some vegan style, what would you call this, chow mein, American chow mein for somebody that really doesn't know what they're doing. And we'll see how it comes out. If my video helps you out, please do a thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, comment. Again, click on the affiliate links, or if you want to donate, ask for my PayPal info. So this pan is really big. As I said, it's 14 inches, and that's what I need. When I cook a lot, I throw a lot of, I don't cook a lot, I throw a lot of food in the pan, and having an 11-inch pan is just not good enough for what I'm doing. So let's get this going. We're going to test it out and see what happens. Now, normally with a carbon steel wok, you heat the pan until it's extremely hot, and then you put in the oil. But with these type of pans, if you don't put in the oil before it's heated, you're probably going to destroy the pan. I'm hoping I don't set off my smoke detector. I really should have turned on the fan beforehand to avoid that. That's what I just did. I put on a pan. It's going to be, I don't have my GoPro with the helmet strap on, so you're not going to be able to see a lot of this as well as I'd like you to be able to see. I'm trying to keep the tripod out of the way and still do my cooking. So it's going to be a long video. If you don't want to watch a long video, then click stop and move on. I probably don't need to throw this oil in. I threw in a lot of oil. I'm doing this because I'm testing out the pan for the first time. Most pro cooks would take all this oil now and they would spill it out because you don't need to cook in that massive amount of oil. But that's what we're going to do right now. We're just going to cook in here, and I'm kind of cramped in here with my, you can see over here I got the mixer. Everything's in the way. So I'd really like to pour this oil out. I don't have a place to pour the oil. Where I would pour it out. I put way too much in there. What am I going to throw in here first? Again, this is just my recipe. I'm trying to eat vegan, trying to eat healthy, and the reason I need this big pan is because I throw so much stuff in here, and I just don't have a place to cook it all. And I don't want to keep taking stuff out of the pan and throwing it in containers. So I think the first thing we're going to do, we'll throw in some of the onion. I don't even know if it's hot enough. Okay, I have never had that before in my other pans. I had it in the carbon steel where it sizzled, but I never had any of my other pans do the sizzle. So I can say right now, I'm already impressed that it's making that sizzling sound. I don't get that with the green pan. I don't get that with any of my pans. So I did get it with the carbon steel, but I had oil splattering all over the place. Again, I didn't with this gas stove. Even with an electric, I couldn't get my woks to get hot enough. Carbon steel kind of got hot, but to me, it just seemed like way too much trouble. This pan really should be hotter, It could be because I didn't let it heat up enough. It could be because it's I don't have enough gas power coming from my gas line. I don't know. What am I going to throw in here first? I want to throw in some, that was some onion. I've got some chopped garlic. I'm not going to scoop it out of the jar. I don't really have the time for that. Okay, that's all the garlic. 2 jars, we're done. I'll go buy more. Right now I can say that I'm really happy that I bought the 14-inch pan. The 11-inch pan is just not enough, at least for me. It might be fine for the average person, but for me, I just don't have, well, I am the average person. I just don't have enough room in an 11-inch or 12-inch wokper. So normally I would take all this stuff out right now. I've got way too much oil in there, as I said, so I'm not going to take anything out right now. I'm just going to, we've got 2 stalks of, come on, 2 stalks of green onions, scallions, whatever you want to call them, and in the other pan, where you can see it's starting to fill up right now, in the other pans I would have to take all the stuff out and do it in little groups. Is my arm in the way? I want to make sure my arm's not in the way. I would have to do it in individual groups because there's just not enough room in the pan. And there is not going to be enough room in this pan either. But that's okay. So I've got my flame on high right now. Normally you don't want to have a flame on really high like that when you're using a non-Teflon, non-stick pan. You just don't want it to be that high. I didn't look at the paper to see how high, well, does it say how high this can handle the temperature? See, with a real wok, this would be done right now. It'd be done. How do you like my sound effects? You wouldn't be stirring this around and mixing it around. It would just be sizzling and cooking. But I think a lot of it also has to do with, at my mom's house, she's got an electric stove, and it, for some reason, seems to get hotter than this gas stove, which just does not pump out enough heat, enough of a fire. But it's not supposed to. It's a house. It's not a wok burner. So most of this is cooked. I really wish that it was hotter. So I was sizzling. I don't want to overcook it. We got the red peppers, the scallions, the garlic. What am I going to do? What am I thinking of doing? Every time I make this, I make it a little different. Let's go. I've got garlic in there. I really don't need anything. I'm going to put in some, what is this? Some soy sauce alternative. It's like a vegan type thing. I don't know how you can be vegan. See, that should be sizzling right now, but it's not even, yay! But so far, the pan seems really good. At my mom's house, that would be just sizzling really hot. Sizzling hot. You'd hear all that noise as there's way too much oil in here. I can tell you that right now. This is just boiling in oil. Yeah, there's a lot of liquid in that, and there's just no way that I can undo that right now. I'm not going to put any more oil in for the next batch. So I'm going to cook this for another minute, and turn off the camera, get this cooked up, and then I'm going to transfer this to a container so that I can throw more stuff in here. Again, I'm looking at everything that I need to throw in here. I just took 20 spoons. I'm going to put some noodles in here. You buy these at the store, kind of in like the vegan section. They seem, I wish they were separated more. I should have done that before I did the video. I took about 20 teaspoons of liquid out of that batch that I just cooked. A lot of liquid, way too much liquid. I don't know why these noodles are kind of hard over here. There's not expired yet, but no oil in here, and we're doing okay right now. I'm going to throw in some chestnuts. No open, well, there's an open fire. Watercress nuts, chestnut, whatever they are. Bamboo shoots. It's cooking well. I'd like to put on a little bit of oil because I don't want to burn the pan. Just a tiny bit of oil this time. Okay, that's what it should be doing. So I definitely had too much oil in the first time. That's the problem when you're using pans like this. You just don't know if you're going to overheat them to the point where things are going to start burning on them, which could definitely happen with this. What else do I have over here? I got my noodles. I'd really like to get this out of the pan so I can cook the rest of this stuff. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's get a little bit of soy sauce in here. Now, I'm the kind of person who, if I can find something that works for me, in this world, nothing's going to last 30 years like it used to. So if I can find something like this that's going to work for 6 months or a year for $30, for me, I got my money's worth. It's no different than going to a restaurant. You spend a fortune on a meal and you're happy, but when you go out and you buy a pan, you're angry if it doesn't last for 5 years. So my expectations are kind of low with the stuff that comes out of certain countries these days, but okay, that's spilling all over the place. That came out really nice. I got a nice big container. That cooked very well. I'm impressed. I'm definitely impressed. And I don't have much more to do. What I've got right now is I've got my tofu. Now, I'm going to say again, when I was cooking with my other pans, I didn't get that little sizzle. I definitely didn't get the sizzle. So this is, it's not hot, but it is hot. Is my hand in the way? Sorry if it is. I just, okay, I think I've got it positioned enough. So I've got my tofu over here now. I've got the firm tofu. And you really want something like this to cook. You want to have a little bit of oil in there so you can get a little browning to it. And I'm going to scoop this around a little bit so I can get some oil on the side of the pan. Just for lubrication, because lubrication is really important. I think it's already burning it's already burning the tofu. And I should have something that I can turn this over, that I can flip it over, which I don't really care about right now. I'm not too worried about that. So I'm going to give this another couple minutes and I'll turn the camera back on. Some cabbage in here. I never cook with cabbage. I don't eat cabbage, but I ordered something from the Chinese restaurant, some chow mein, and they had some cabbage in there. I know this isn't diced or sliced properly, but I just want to see if it's going to ruin the plate. Is it going to be okay? I'm trying to find a way to eat healthy, and I don't cook greens. I don't like greens. I don't like cooked broccoli or cooked spinach or cooked anything. I can eat it raw. So with the spinach and the Chinese food, not spinach, with the cabbage and the Chinese food, I really didn't notice a taste to it. And I thought, okay, I can handle that. So this is really a test right now. I'm going to let the cabbage cook a little bit and finish off the tofu. The tofu is starting to brown. Again, if this was a real wok, a carbon steel wok, that tofu would have been brown in about a minute or two with a very high heat. And the oil, and we can see there is no high heat and there is no great browning, but so far I'm again very happy with the pan. Let me let this cook a little bit. I just threw in some, sprinkled some garlic in, even though I had the garlic chunks earlier, the chopped garlic. Ginger really makes a nice difference. I'll put a little bit of that in. What do I have here? Okay, that's garlic, and I have another one that I want to use. It's called 5 Spices. I did a video review on that. You can buy it in a lot of different forms. Don't buy the 21 spices at the store. Make sure it's 5 spices. I don't know if it's really that good. One of them that I bought has licorice in there, and I don't know why they put licorice in. I would, in my other pan right now, I wouldn't be able to do this. I would be, everything would be burning, because there's really no liquid in here. So, again, I'm pretty happy with what I've got so far. I'm going to get this out of here. I'm going to put this into another container. We're going to do the bean sprouts. I'm looking around. I always forget to cook something. I didn't forget this time. I'll be back and I'll turn on the camera one last time. Oh, weird. That's not supposed to spin around like that. That's not supposed to spin either. The tripod's not just positioned the right way. That's the problem. I'm going to do the bean sprouts. The pan looks like it's starting to brown a little bit. I never got that sizzle, even with the with the carbon wok I got a little bit of a sizzle, but I just it didn't heat up the way it needed to. And with this, yeah, this is really cool. I'm getting the nice sizzle, that little sizzle sound. And I did burn my finger while I was moving that. I couldn't do this with my with the wok that you saw at the beginning. I'm going to put a tiny bit of oil in, and then we'll put in the container of oil away. Okay, we got oil's done. And I know I'm making a massive amount. Ow, my finger hurts. I definitely, I hit the edge of the pan or the wok as I was taking stuff out. And I'm like, ow! I didn't burn the skin, but it started to burn a little bit. So, this is neat. I'm very happy. I kind of wish now that it was a 16-inch pan. There'd be no room for it, but this is really just a nice thing to have a lot of space. I'm a big believer in when you're cooking, you want a lot of space in your pans so you can move things around and not worry about spilling all over the place. So we're almost done. Now when I make this stuff, I like it. I'm doing it for health reasons. Most of the stuff that's in here, pepper's healthy, the bean sprouts healthy. Why am I thinking, oh, I thought that I didn't put in the tofu. But yeah, I put in the tofu. The tofu's healthy. What else? Scallion. All of the stuff in here is fairly healthy. The oil, not healthy. Let's see, the oil's not healthy. What isn't healthy? Ow, that finger. Yeah, I got a little bit of a singe over there. That did hurt. I don't know if the cabbage is going to ruin it or not. If it does, I'll just pull it out, or I just won't do it next time. Chestnuts make a nice addition. The bamboo shoots make a nice addition. You don't need to use that. You don't need to use 2 packages of bean sprouts. Sometimes they use 2 packages of bean sprouts and 2 packages of tofu. And now you can see why an 11-inch wok green thing that I have is just not good enough. It's too small. So I don't put in a lot of sauces or seasonings or sugars, where my mom likes all the sugar and the sauce and the Chinese sauces, which I have. I've got them in my fridge over here, but I'm just not going to do it. Check out my channel. I lost 30 pounds going vegan. Just to show how diet is really important. Last week I got some Chinese food, and I ate some vegan ice cream and had a vegan candy bar, and I put 5 pounds on within 3 days, and that was even with taking care of myself. So when you slip on your eating, it shows up right away. Okay, so we got that. I'm looking around, making sure I've got everything. I've got everything. I'm throwing back the cabbage. We got the cabbage and the tofu, the seasoned tofu. Get that in the fridge. Let's do a little bit of mixing over here. Again, without the size 14-inch. A 14-incher is obviously a big deal. Correct, ladies? Makes it much easier to do this cooking. And let's throw the rest of this in here, which, again, I would not be able to do without having this 14-inch size wok. There's just no way that I could do that. Let's get that bamboo shoot in there. I don't put that many in a can, so they cost me a lot of money per shoot. I gotta hurry up and do this before I burn the bottom. Now you see why I need such a big wok. This is all for one person. Sometimes I take it over to my mom, and sometimes I take this stuff over there and cook it for her. But this is usually just for me. I'll crank out and eat a lot of this in a couple days. The noodles are, as I said, vegan noodles. There's no egg in there. You buy it in the vegan section right next to the produce area. And what am I going to do? I'm sure it's very bland. I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit. I'm going to look in the fridge. Wow. I'm going to look in the fridge, and what do I have here? Stir fry. I got some Kung Pao sauce. Now this is where you run into a lot of sugar and salt problems, because you start messing with these sauces, and there's a lot of calories and a lot of sugar and salt per teaspoon. That's enough. That's more than enough. I would recommend, like they always say when you're cooking Chinese food, do all your prep beforehand. There's no way that you can throw something in a pan and then stop for a couple minutes and prep it and go back in the pan. It's just all has to be out there. Put it in an area where you're going to see it, because a lot of times I make it and then at the very end I think, oh, I forgot to put in the noodles, or I forgot to soak the noodles, or I forgot to put in the chestnuts. So I don't know how long this video's gone for. My battery and my camera's probably wiped out. It's an old battery. It's not lasting long anymore. And that's it. That's how you cook fake American fake Chinese chow mein, fake chop suey. I'm going to turn off the camera now. I'm going to let this thing cool down. I'm going to taste it, and we'll see what I think. I'm just going to take a spoon of this stuff, let it cool while I'm talking. I don't really like the cabbage in here, but it might be good. It might be good, and that's the important thing. So, what are my thoughts right now? The thoughts are, I love the 14-inch pan. I think it makes a big difference in being able to cook easily. I like that it heated up as well as it did. The other pans I tried did not. Even the carbon steel woks did not heat up properly on this gas stove. For some reason this did. I like that I don't have to take the food out right away and season it and wipe it down and be careful how I clean it like I would have to with a carbon steel. What else is there? It did not burn. I didn't get burn anything. I don't like that it's a non-stick, that it might have chemicals, but the newer things, they shouldn't be releasing chemicals, and we are taking in so many chemicals just as it is everywhere, so I don't think this is going to harm me. I'm happy with what I bought. I'm very happy with what I bought. I'm happy that for the price. The price was also real. Not that price matters to me. I was willing to spend a couple $100s if I needed to. I got this for 29 bucks, 30 bucks, and it did everything that I needed. It has that extra handle over here. It doesn't matter to me. This thing's way too big to be able to flip. At least for me, there's no way I could flip this. I wouldn't do that. It's not good for your wrist. Let's. Has it cooled off? So I'm just going to drag this video out for a couple minutes until it cools down and I can eat this. I'm not going to say the thumbs up, subscribe, like, share, comment, donate to my PayPal, and click on my affiliate links in the video description anymore, because I said that. Tofu, very bland and good. There's a lot of seasoning on here. I threw a lot of seasoning on at the end. And I'm okay with it being bland. Again, I'm not looking for great taste to interfere with my health with sugar and salt. So it's okay if it's bland. The tofu tasted really good. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised right now. I'm going to do the pepper. What do I have? The pepper, some noodles, some cabbage, bamboo shoots. Oh my God. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely incredible. Now, like I said, when I make this stuff for my mom, she loves it because she likes Chinese food. But she wants me to put lots of seasonings and sauces in there, which I won't do. And it makes the taste better, and it tastes more like a Chinese restaurant. We're going to try the cabbage out. I've never had cooked cabbage before. I don't know if it's going to I don't know if it's going to be edible for me. But I'm looking for something that I can cook that's green, that makes a little bit of health benefit for my body. Here we go. Trying this out. Not bad. I won't do it again. This is really seasoned. The seasoning I put at the end, wow. Not only is it seasoned, but it's got a little bit of a spice to it. It's probably the 5 spices that I put in. I'm going to take one more bite before I end the video. And it's bland. Don't think that this is Chinese food or real chow mein or real chop suey type stuff. It isn't. It is kind of, but it really isn't. But it's healthy. And it's a way to eat healthy foods that kind of taste good without eating garbage or meats or cheeses or eggs or dairy or fish. One more bite. And you can see on the bottom, there's just so much liquid. I don't know why I get a lot of liquid. It's probably from the bean sprouts and everything else, and I'm not draining properly. That didn't sound right. I'm not draining properly. So that's it. That's the T-fal pan. Where's the thing? Oh, almost lost the camera. That's the, I don't think anybody's watched the video this to the end, but that's it. I'm happy. I bought it at BB and Beyond, if you want to pick it up there, but even if you do, please click on my link to help me out. Thanks for watching, people. Stay healthy, stay well, put your mask on, and ignore the guy who's giving the advice that's destroying the country. Peace out.